On the evening of January 11, 2026, Federal Reserve Chair Jerome H. Powell issued a forceful statement addressing a developing legal and political conflict between the Federal Reserve and the U.S. Department of Justice, DOJ. The remarks, released on the Federal Reserve's official website, directly tackled the unprecedented move by federal prosecutors to serve the central bank with grand jury subpoenas and threaten a criminal indictment related to Powell's prior congressional testimony. Powell began his statement by acknowledging that, on the preceding Friday, the Department of Justice had served the Federal Reserve with grand jury subpoenas and threatened criminal charges connected to his testimony before the Senate Banking Committee last June. That testimony had included discussion of a long-term renovation project of historic Federal Reserve office buildings. Chair Powell emphasized his respect for the rule of law, affirming that no individual, including the Fed chair, is above legal accountability. However, he described the DOJ's action as unprecedented and framed it within a broader context of pressure and threats from the current administration. Importantly, Powell declared that the legal threat was not genuinely about his testimony or the renovation project itself. Rather, he argued it served as a pretext, a surface justification masking deeper political motives. At the core of Powell's statement was a stark claim: the real issue was not the renovation or oversight, but whether the Federal Reserve can continue to make monetary policy decisions independently, based on economic data and the Fed's dual mandate of price stability and maximum employment, not political pressures from the executive branch. Powell warned that allowing political intimidation to influence monetary policy could fundamentally alter the Fed's role. Powell noted his long tenure at the Federal Reserve, serving under 4 administrations from both major political parties. He stressed that throughout his career, he has conducted his duties without yielding to political fear or favor, always prioritizing the public interest and the Fed's statutory responsibilities. His remarks underscored a commitment to institutional independence and integrity even in the face of heightened political pressure. While not detailed at length in the statement text itself, the reference to the renovation project touches on broader controversy. The multi-year effort to modernize historic Federal Reserve facilities has drawn scrutiny over cost, scale, and amenities. That scrutiny has become politicized, with critics including members of the current presidential administration questioning Powell's testimony to Congress about the project's scope and expenditures. Although Powell insists the costs were justified and disclosed properly, the legal actions have intensified political tensions around central bank independence. Powell's speech marks a rare and serious confrontation between the Federal Reserve and another branch of the U.S. government. The Fed's independence has long been considered crucial to credible monetary policy, shielding decisions on interest rates and inflation from short-term political considerations. Powell's statement reflects alarm that this foundational principle may be under threat if legal processes are used to exert political leverage over the central bank. This statement is likely to reverberate through Washington and global financial markets. Financial commentators and lawmakers may interpret Powell's words as signaling a deeper constitutional and institutional clash. With subpoenas issued and threats of indictment in play, the coming weeks could see legal filings, congressional hearings, and intensified public debate over the balance between accountability and independence in U.S. economic governance.